Hello, Leo. Welcome to your June 2023 tarot card reading. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. Welcome to your June 2023 tarot predictions. So you are free to watch these videos for your sun, moon, or rising sign, depending on which resonates more with you. For those of you who are here for love, you may also want to check out your Venus sign as well. And I've had a couple of people, or actually a lot of people recently over the past couple of weeks say, hey, Jane, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Where have you been? I've been here. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell if you want to get notified for all of the videos that I post. Some people just aren't getting the notifications apparently, so you just want to make sure you hit that little bell. Let's go ahead and just not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Thank you, and I'll see you in a sec. All right, Leo, welcome to your June 2023 tarot card reading. So we're going to get started here with a major arcana card. So what is it the universe needs from you right now? We have the Magician. So because it is such a creative and playful time astrologically, it's Gemini season, we've got Mars, we will have Venus in Leo, we've got Jupiter in the 10th. There does seem to be access to just, I don't know, like Leo seems to have easy access, let's say it that way, to incredible creative powers. And I have a feeling that there's been something brewing or some kind of an idea or some kind of desire or yearning that you've been feeling and experiencing. And it's time maybe now to start investing in whatever that is, whether it's just through experimentation, research, looking into something. How much is it going to cost? What do I need to learn? What do I need to do in order to do this? And really, like, sometimes magic happens and we don't do anything about it, so it just kind of stays there. But I think this is a time that you could really channel this and bring it into some form of reality, integrate it into your life in some way, either in a big way or a small way, but you could integrate it in some wonderful way that has the potential to really change your life. And I've said it a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it. I actually think that 2023 is one of the biggest pivotal years that we've seen in a really long time. And I say that because of a lot of the Pisces activity that we've had lately over the past couple of years. And we've got Saturn in there here who's really cutting ties with the past. Okay, and it's cutting ties with the old cycle and the old circle of life for us. And we have an opportunity to open up a new one. And a lot of the things that are happening right now are happening because a new life genuinely is waiting for us. Okay, but we can't ignore it. We can't shut the door on it. We have to accept that we are going to need to become different people that do different types of things. And we dedicate our mind and our mental energy and our resources and our talents. We need to apply those things in different ways. Okay, so who is in the environment that you need to be aware of? Queen of Swords. Okay. Well, this person feels like they are a satellite entity. They're in your life, but they're not entirely involved with the magic that you have going on over here. But they are available to you. They're willing to talk to you, willing to brainstorm with you, to give you advice or counsel or whatever the case is, but they are not going to inject themselves, and they don't want to. I think there's a lot of respect that the Queen of Swords has for what you're doing, and because of that respect, they might be taking a hands-off approach and letting you blossom in whatever way you need to blossom. If you need something from your Queen of Swords, if this is a partner or a friend or a colleague or a boss or whatever the case is, if you need something from them, you need to ask. If you want them to be involved, you have to tell them. You are going to have to communicate if you want something different than what is. Because I look at this Queen of Swords and I think this is someone who is content with the way it is. And they're not, they're not feeling left out. They're not, whatever. They're just okay with it. But they're also okay if you need something different because they love you and they support you and they will be willing to make certain compromises and concessions. They're willing to hear out your side if there's anything gone awry. But I wouldn't expect anything to come from them. It probably is going to have to come from you, Leo. Okay? Queen of Swords is usually pretty amiable. Generally speaking, not always, but usually. This is someone that, if someone they love and care about is dissatisfied with what's going on, they will be willing to change, okay? Or to make changes, if you will. Now, for those of you who are maybe here for more romance, I just want you to know, like, if this does not manifest as an actual person in your life right now, and this is someone who might be on their way in, I don't know that they're going to come in this month, but they are around. Okay, there's, like I say, it's like a satellite energy, and you're doing your magic and you're doing your magician thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made their way into your life soon. Okay, soon. So let's take a look here. Leo, what else do you need to know? We have the Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, and a King of Cups. So firstly, the Ace of Swords feels like a card of truth, a card of knowing, and a card of surety, meaning you feel sure about something. You wouldn't be in this like channeling magic place, which really is just a creative energy, by the way, which can be applied to anything. Like you can apply this to building a house, you can apply this to building a business or going out and making money, you can apply this to finding a partner, moving to a new place, whatever it is, okay? But this is like a really good match to have, because when you feel sure and you don't feel confused, you don't feel fragmented, it's really simple for that creative energy to channel through, because there's not all this convoluted gunk that's mucking up the channel. It's just a straight shot. And usually when a person is like this is when all the really big stuff starts to happen, because there's not all that second guessing. There's none of that self-sabotage stuff. There's none of that lack of self-value or self-worth type of stuff. I don't know that Leo has the time to really be thinking about that kind of stuff right now. It's more advantageous for Leo to just sit down and do something, to sit down and make it happen, or to play or to research or experiment or whatever. It's more advantageous to do that than it is to worry about doing it. Okay? I mean, that's generally the case anyway. I don't know that you are needing to... Now, I'm not saying you're not cautious. I think there is a need to be cautious. And I don't want to see you just haphazardly doing things. You can be cautious, but also diligent and vigilant at the same time. You can plow forward, but also be more selective and discerning with things too. I feel that your mind is really sharp right now. And with the Three of Wands, there's an indication that the ships are coming in, right? That's what we always say with this card, that there is great wealth and prosperity on its way to you. And especially if you're in this channeling mode and everything is clear and there is action to back all of this up, this might be coming in a little bit sooner than you think or realize. Now with the King of Cups, I sense that this is you, Leo. And there will be a lot of emotional stuff that comes up, especially near the end of June. Okay, as the sun comes into Cancer and Mercury comes into Cancer, and Neptune begins his retrograde in Pisces in the 8th house, there's going to be some emotional tumultuousness or tumult, okay? There's going to be maybe a lot of questions or a lot of people who are questioning things. Usually when Neptune retrogrades, people feel like they lose their grasp on something. You, Leo, it feels the complete opposite. And you may be witnessing other people feeling or expressing that they feel that they are losing their grasp on something. You are acting as the rock right now. You are acting as the more solid piece of this puzzle. You're feeling good, you're feeling stable, you're feeling clear-minded, you're feeling empowered, and you're feeling creative. I don't know that there's a better mix than any of that. Okay, now I also see you looking right at this Queen of Swords. So if there is something that you are not saying and you're wanting to say, because even the King of Cups can be a little repressive in terms of saying things. Like I say, this person is just going to keep on going. They're not going to stop and pause and wait and be like, hey, we need to talk about things. They really think that everything is fine. If you need something, beginning of June is going to be a really good time. Well, I would say even maybe wait till Mercury gets into Gemini around the 11th. That's going to be a good time for you to say some stuff if you need it. Let's pull out some more cards. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Six of Cups. Well, I love the abundance and bounty of the Six of Cups. To me, this makes me feel more confident in your success. And specifically, it's more the emotional success of whatever is going on here. This may not bear fruit in June. Probably it won't. Okay, unless you really push that pedal to the metal. Okay, but probably it's not going to bear fruit. Usually a magician is an initiation phase where you are being initiated into a new something. And that initiation usually requires a bit of a learning curve. There's a growth or an evolution period that exists after that. So because you are just being initiated, sometimes there can be a lot of questions in terms of like, where is this going? And why am I feeling compelled to be doing this, especially if this is not normal or regular for you? You know, like if someday all of a sudden out of the blue, you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to pick up a paintbrush and start painting when you've never painted anything since like your kindergarten, like, you know, little house pictures with the dog or whatever, you know. Why are you all of a sudden now wanting to paint something? I'm using that as a silly example, obviously. But clearly there's going to be a learning curve. You're not just going to pick up a paintbrush and be the next Michelangelo all of a sudden. You know? And yet, if you continue to pursue this and you continue to invest and you continue to allow this to blossom, again, I don't know that this is particularly about the results, although it could be. Obviously, if this is a more money-making endeavor, like starting a business, you are going to have financial markers that you are going to want to meet. But that's neither here nor there. That's not really the point from a more spiritual perspective. The point of doing that thing is becoming a more actualized or a more integrated aspect of yourself. And I do think with the Six of Cups, and I love how there's just tons of flowers and plants coming out of this cups, indicating kind of an overwhelming amount of prosperity. And with the Three of Wands, we've got two prosperous cards. And it may feel like you are returning to something that was meant for you. something that perhaps you veered away from because maybe it wasn't originally the best money-making idea, or you veered away because because reasons, you veered away and now you're coming back, and it feels more like you're coming back to yourself. So what is going on here? Knight of Wands seems to be chasing the Knight of Swords. King of Cups seems to be chasing the Queen of Swords, or looking toward the Queen of Swords. Leo, if any of you are finding yourself in an unrequited situation, okay, this might be a month where you just say, you know what, I really like you, but clearly this is not it, and you have to find a way to move on. I don't like seeing Leo being in this chasing thing. I'd rather see people chasing you. There's something evasive going on. Now, again, if this is a romantic partner and you are in love, or if you are contractually committed to this person in some other way, like an employer contract or something, and you need something from them, just tell them. This is not a time to be playing the guessing game or like assuming or anything like that. Like if there's something that needs to be said, just freaking lay it out on the table, okay? If this is a romantic thing that's not real yet, it feels too slippery. I'm really not liking what's happening here. I'm not liking the fact that her back is turned and that this person's back is turned. It feels unbalanced. And I don't think it feeds anything positive. So if you are in some kind of a situationship, this might be a time where you have to genuinely consider as to whether or not you're going to continue doing that. Okay? I think a lot of you are going to come to the conclusion that, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. And you might even be surprised that you even found yourself in that situation in the first place. It's hard for Leo to share, especially when it comes to love. There could also be, this may not be romantic at all, it could also just be generalized movement with things. Can be good because it seems to add speed to whatever is happening here. It seems to add dedication and a desire for knowledge. So we sort of have a Gemini-Sagittarius axis going on here. Obviously, it's Gemini season. But it's like the two aspects of learning. There's like a lower mind with the Gemini in terms of collecting all the data points and all the information. And then there's a higher mind, which tends to make sense of everything. This is the more philosophical approach to things. This is where, like, this is that conversion between science and art, right? Science and art. It's like two different worlds, but they somehow merge together somehow. And I feel like there is maybe a merging going on for Leo. Especially if you are embarking upon an entirely new endeavor and there is a lot of learning that's going on. The learning eventually converting into higher wisdom, which is always good. And again, leading to greater emotional fulfillment, which is also very good. Let's see what else comes out. We'll see what the clarifiers will have to say about those nights. I think the clarifiers will give a little bit more context to what they're trying to say here. The Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. And the Lovers. I was getting a strong romantic context. That's why I made a point to throw it in here. Leo, when Venus comes into your sign, plus we have Mars in there as well. Plus we have Pluto over there for the first week and a half, still over in the 7th, and it's going to be crossing over that descendant line. So it does not surprise me that we got the Lovers card at all. Lovers can also be how we integrate with other people. It's kind of like a yin-yang, you with another. But it doesn't have to be a person. It can also be an endeavor. It can be an aspect of life. And it can also be just you internally coming together, becoming more whole just within yourself, which all of you are going to have this manifest in different ways, it seems. But I do like this. I do like this for those who are looking for love, because it feels as though there is something real in the pipeline. And if you're already established in a relationship, it feels like this is an opportunity for the two of you to get closer, to develop new levels of intimacy, to get to know one another again. And because this feels like something new to me, right, this is going to be a side that you might not even really know about yourself all that much. So of course your partner is going to be like, whoa, I've never seen that part of you before. I've never seen that desire. I've never seen that talent. I've never seen this come out. So you each get an opportunity to get to know one another again as you change and you evolve. Wheel of Fortune goes hand in hand with the Six of Cups and the Three of Wands. This is all going to be great. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Temperance. It's all very relaxed. It feels, I don't know, it kind of feels like, it's like weirdly normal how wonderful this newly integrated thing is. It's weirdly normal. It's weirdly calming. It's weirdly not disruptive. I don't see anything disruptive. I don't see anything throwing a wrench in your spokes. I don't see anything blocking your path at all. Like I say, this channel seems to be so clear and open. I don't see a lot of drama, with the exception of maybe what's going on here with the backs being turned. But even then, I don't know that you're going to put up with anything for that long. The minute that Leo gets even a whiff that someone is not there for them, I think they're just going to be like, okay, and then leave. This is not a matter of Leo hunting people down. It's just like, you're either going to be in my life or you're not. And if you're not, I'm not going to answer your calls when you call me 6 months later. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to play that game. I want to be number one for you in the way that you were number one for me. That's it. No negotiation. And if someone is trying to negotiate on that and you're not, because you just have this understanding, we're supposed to be number one for each other, and they don't think of you that way, well, then it's move on, right? And no questions asked. I would say the sooner that you moved on from an imbalanced situation like that, where you're in control and that was a decision that you made based on someone else's behavior, that Wheel of Fortune is going to start spinning real quick. And it probably is not that far in the future before someone else comes along to fill that void. It seems to me that you have sent out a clear signal to the universe about what you want and what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. And the universe is picking up what you're putting down. Okay? Let's take a look at some of the clarifiers. This will be an interesting reading to clarify. So for those of you who are new to my channel, the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we'll cover in the comprehensive reading. The link for that will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. So let's clarify the Magician. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Empress. Beautiful. For the environment, clarifying the Queen of Swords specifically. Tower. Two of Coins. And the Four of Swords. Okay. Now let's take a look at the Ace of Swords. What does Leo need to know about the Ace of Swords? Page of Coins. Another Temperance card. I like the Temperance because it feels all so manageable. Another Eight of Wands. Knight of Wands, I'm sorry. Another Knight of Wands. Eight of Coins. Judgment. Three of Cups. The Moon. Ooh. Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Three of Coins. I'm going to do one more for that. Okay. Six of Cups. Beautiful. Nine of Swords for the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. Hermit for Temperance. Seven of Swords. Nine of Coins. And then for the Lovers, the World, Page, Three of Wands. Okay. All right. This is where we are going to pick up. Leo, you guys know I love you. I hope you have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.